This week I released a video on my channel titled The Next Gold and Silver Price Crash and How I Am Preparing for That. And in today's video, I'm going to continue on that topic of how I am preparing. We're going to add some more fractional gold to the stack, and I'm also going to discuss one of my favorite and most defensive mining and royalty company stocks, something that I think will do well in a declining spot price market, as well as one where spot is headed up. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. Let's get to it. All right, stackers, we have a lot of things to talk about today and not a whole lot of time to talk about it, so let's get straight to it. Here are the three key things I am doing today to organize and prepare my stack for the possibility of another market crash. Now, this is just preparation. Please listen to the word possibility, as I'm not Morgan Stanley. I'm no Warren Buffett here, guys, but what I am is a man that is legitimately doing the best that I can to build and protect my wealth, okay? And as a middle-class American man with an at-home wife, a wife that stays at home, and a couple of small children, financially speaking, it's up to me. It's all riding on me. And so this year, I have been stacking precious metals hard, okay? And I've accumulated now just under 500 ounces of silver and a little more than 3 ounces of gold so far in the first 9 months of this year. So I've done a lot of buying of physical precious metals. And as silver has continued to sink, and most of my purchases this year are now, done at higher price levels than what we're seeing today, I knew that with the several brain cells that I had remaining after my 20 years of service in the Army, I needed to take a pause, evaluate this market, organize my stack, and of course, prepare for my next move. So, with that out of the way, here are the 3 steps I have begun to take to shore up my defenses. And number 1, outside of purchases I've already made that have, yet to be received here at the household, I'm pausing on higher premium silver and collectibles and will be focusing my attention on purchasing 90% silver as well as generic silver, the lowest premium silver that is, until this trend in silver is confirmed or rejected. As spot price declines, precious metals dealers and local coin shops, basically both places I buy gold and silver from, well, they tend to raise their premiums over spot to protect their inventory from financial loss. And last week, we witnessed premium increases on top of that already elevated premium on pretty much everything, but especially silver for 2021. So being that I stack silver each week, I'll be adjusting my purchases to free up some cash, which leads me to number 2. And number 2 now, with all the buying of precious metals I've done of late to include this 100-ounce silver bar here before you, I need to build up some cash to prepare for the possibility of lower lows, a correction, or Black Friday. That's the other option. That's the other thing I'm preparing for. I've stopped buying stocks this month and will resume adding to my cash stack due to Black Friday just 2 months away, when absolute rock bottom prices in gold and silver can be found from some of my favorite dealers. So in order to prepare for the potential for lower prices and that big event coming up, I am going to be focusing on lower premium silver and stacking more cash. And finally, the third step I'm taking is moving more toward stacking gold for this last quarter of 2021. As mentioned, nearly 500 ounces of silver so far this year. And so with the higher premiums on silver and increasing premiums at that, going to shift a little bit towards fractional gold to finish out this year, and I do have one more 1-ounce gold purchase to make. So when the market shows signs of bottoming and rebounding on better economic outlook, that's when silver will vastly outperform gold. But during periods of spot decline, that's when gold shines brighter than silver for sure. So I need to wait for this trend to be confirmed or rejected. I'm still stacking, just adjusting. And speaking of gold, a beautiful 1/4 ounce gold American Eagle. So this is going to be the second of the Type 2 gold American Eagles in the 1/4 ounce weight, that is, that I've purchased this year. I do have the full 1 ounce, 1/2 ounce, now 2/4, and quite a few of the little 10th ouncers for 2021 with the design change. So very beautiful 22 karat gold coin. This is the most popular, most liquid, and probably the most bought and sold gold coin in the United States, probably hands down too at that. So there you go. Fractional gold, while still higher in premium than full 1 ounce gold coins, still does provide a lower premium over spot than that of silver coins And so to reduce my premium expense and to maximize the amount of value I can hold during the last quarter of this month, or this year actually, I will be working on more gold to balance out my stack. Now, speaking of gold, let's also discuss preparations for a potential market correction or crash when it comes to precious metals, mining, and royalty companies. And it's a perfect time to discuss one of my favorite companies of all, specifically Gold Royalty Corp, stock ticker symbol GROY. And I like Gold Royalty Corp a lot because it is on the New York Stock Exchange. And if you like Uranium Energy Corp, then you'll like Gold Royalty Corp because the same owner owns both companies, and that's going to be Amir Adnani, who owns UEC, Uranium Royalty Corp, and Gold Royalty Corp. So Amir is well experienced in leading base and precious metals companies, but namely, and this is really important, guys, royalty companies, okay? You really have to diverge your thought process from the mining operation to what a royalty company is, as royalty companies perform much better than mining companies during times of declining spot price and have shown to perform pretty well during times of increasing spot price. So if you'd like to learn about precious metals royalty companies, then please see the video I released earlier this year covering the topic. That'll pop up here, a little bubble pop up. So once you're done watching this video, check that one out if you want to learn all about gold royalty companies. So Gold Royalty Corp trades on the New York Stock Exchange as mentioned. It is not an OTC market. So this does indicate that Gold Royalty Corp meets the financial requirements, chiefly reporting those requirements to be listed on the world's foremost stock exchange, which also means shares of Gold Royalty Company, or CORE, can be bought and sold through many more brokers than OTC traded companies. So no issues using Robinhood or Webull as brokers to buy Gold Royalty Corp. Now let's focus on why royalty companies, especially gold royalty companies, benefit during rising and falling spot prices, namely during falling spot prices, making them stronger holding options during risk periods, such as what we are seeing now. Now, GROY, for short, has zero debt on the books and 18 current gold mining contracts where it receives anywhere between 0.5 percentage point to 2 percentage points of the gold or silver mined from those locations. This is known as a stream. It is one of the benefits of royalty companies. Gold Royalty Corp loans out capital to fund the best gold and silver operating mines with stable ownership. And due to the nature of their business model, they do receive both cash payments to include interest on those loans made to these mining companies, but also the stream of physical precious metals, which Gold Royalty Corp can sell on the market, or they can take delivery of and hold these precious metals on their books. So it's important to remember that gold and real interest rates work against one another, and with the recently announced Fed tapering of printing to take place, the possibility of higher interest rates is something to consider, which is probably not going to be realized, but if realized, would send gold lower. Of course, the contrarian in me does not see the Fed raising interest rates, considering the new proposal, at least, of income tax hikes on higher earning individuals as well as businesses, keyword businesses there. The 1-2 punch of increased taxes plus higher borrowing costs would definitely hurt the American economy, and from my viewpoint, isn't something that the Fed will pursue. But your guess is as good as mine. Now, Gold Royalty Corp is led by David Garofalo with over 30 years of experience in the industry. And if you've ever heard of Newmont Gold, you may remember it merged with Goldcorp a couple of years back, and David Garofalo was the guy that put that all together. So strong financials here with this company and very strong leadership, some of the best in the industry, and a business model that benefits from rising or falling spot prices, really, to better weather those economic storms, which we may be on the cusp of. So this summer was particularly exciting for Gold Royalty Corp and David and the stakeholders like Eric Sprott. A highly anticipated event was in motion this summer because in June, Gold Royalty Corp announced its definitive agreement to acquire all of the issued as well as outstanding common shares of Eli Gold Royalty, thereby combining with that company and increasing its market share. So speaking of shares, let's take a look at the shares of Gold Royalty Corp. Let's turn our attention to the numbers because that's where the rubber meets the road. And here you can see that Gold Royalty Corp, it IPO'd earlier this year and currently sits up at about $1.83 over that IPO price for a 51% year-to-date gain, a share price of $5.41 today. This is Sunday, September 26th, when I'm filming and releasing this video. So unlike many other gold junior mining and gold royalty companies that we discuss and cover here on this channel, Gold Royalty Corp is not a penny stock. It's actually doing quite well as well. Well capitalized, no debt, great leadership. It's a profitable company. and performing quite well, especially considering that gold is down 6% this year and silver's down around 17%. So these prices, in my opinion, reflect the market sentiment on Gold Royalty Corp, its ability to grow, those additional acquisitions, as well as turning on financing for more promising gold and silver mining operations. They do remain very profitable even during periods of spot price decline. This is probably why billionaire investor and gold mogul Eric Sprott holds a sizable position in the company's stock, as he, along with the market, continues to see the value of what the company is doing and how it is performing. To cap that off, Gold Royalty Corp was added to the VanEck Vector's Junior Gold Miners ETF. That's ticker symbol GDXJ. That's an ETF this year, and adding a measure of trust on top of that by being added to an ETF, especially only 3 months after an IPO. So listed on the New York Stock Exchange, part of a ETF, very nice looking company here, and they see that we could be on the edge of a possible correction, or even worse, a crash. And so I'm shoring up my defenses really in both the ways that I'm stacking and how I am moving portions of my working capital into stocks that I feel will better weather, any kind of potential correction in the market, especially out of those higher risk tech and mining stocks that have been in earlier this year that have done quite well. So cashing in on my profits and going to preserve those gains that I've seen by moving them into more stable holdings like Gold Royalty Corp. So what are your thoughts today? What are you doing differently than earlier this year, if anything at all? I, for one, am happy with what I've been able to stack and invest this year, and I'll continue to do just a tad more calculated than I was before, okay? Before I'd see a special on silver because I had so many different goals I was pursuing, and I've met a lot of those goals this year, so I was able to jump on more things earlier in the year as those sales came up, but now it's going to be more calculated. I am going to be buying more fractional gold. I am going to be holding a bit more cash, and I'm going to be moving to those better performing stocks, such as Gold Royalty Corp, in these environments where I feel like it's a risk-on environment. I feel pretty well prepared, guys, in better position now than before, and will continue to keep my eyes on the market. I'll also report to you any changes in my plan. I'd like to thank you all for watching today, especially a big thanks to Gold Royalty Corp for sponsoring today's video, and I look forward to seeing you Monday nights at 7:30 during my live stream. That's 7:30 Eastern Time here in Florida, as well as on Tuesdays for 90% silver coin unboxings, and on Thursday we do unbox 3 and 4/9 fine silver bars, silver coins, and sometimes fractional and 1 ounce gold. So if you like those unboxings, definitely stay tuned for Thursdays. Have a great night, everybody. Have a terrific week, and I do look forward to seeing you back here soon on more precious metals focused videos. Until then, take care, my friends.